some marriage advice. So of course I looked on the internet and I found some stuff I like sharing with you. For David, women love men who cook, but they can't resist a man who does the dishes. For Irene, don't bring up his past mistakes. He'll be making plenty of new ones for you to use against him later. And I found some quotes. A successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. And marriage means commitment. Of course, so does insanity. Don't marry the person you think you can live with. Marry only the individual you think you can't live without. And here's just some of my advice. Don't sweat the small stuff. Always remember why you guys got married. And congratulations. I love you guys. Wish you all the best.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I am Irene's big sister. I've come to prepare speeches that I want to go through today. But I've known Marie all of her life, and I'm so proud of now to have been part of her life. I guess you could say that I have a ton of stories, and a few embarrassing ones I could share today. But when I think back, some of my fondest memories of Marie are the times when we spent building Legos together. So for those of you who know her, she loves Legos. I don't know if she remembers, but I used to take over all the fun part, and I actually took building out the Lego sets from her because I would tell her that she's too young to build them out. So I would steal the fun part, and then I'll give her back to her for her to play with later on. And of course, there were times that she would come out and visit me, and all the times that she would tag along with me and my friends. Even to this day, all my friends still ask me about her and see how she's doing. So I'll never forget all the memories that we shared together. Thank you. So marriage is choosing someone again and again to love, to cherish. With each new day, Marie, today you become David's wife. What a lucky day for you today. I know that you found your true match and that this is just the beginning of your beautiful journey together. My heart is filled with so much joy and emotions today looking at you two together. David, I just have one favor to ask of you. Take good care of my little sister. 祝你们白头偕老和百年好合。
Hi everyone, I am Irene's friend from college, Vanessa, and I came up here today because I really wanted to roast Irene. But then I started thinking about times when I first met her in college and when we met each other in our fraternity, community service fraternity, where Irene was one of the few people in the fraternity that put in hundreds of hours of community service, volunteering for all different service projects. There you go, service projects. And then, I started thinking about the times that we would hang out at night and wake up the next day and wonder, where am I? And that actually made me feel like, you know what, Irene's a really good friend, because no good man out there would ever take their friend after a really good night of partying. So I'm really thankful to have you as a friend in my life, and I hope that you, David, have a really good life together. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Shirley, and I've known Irene for about 10 years now. We met at college, and she's been with me through the good times and the bad times. One great thing about having Irene as a friend is she's not afraid to tell you what she thinks, but she does it in a way where it doesn't offend you. It's magical. I don't know how she does it. But one thing I do know is that I can always turn to Irene anytime for support and understanding. So I was very honored when she asked me to be one of her bridesmaids. I've never seen Irene happier than when she's with David. They just get each other. With just one look, they can tell what the other's thinking, feeling. So it's like a match made in heaven. 2.5 years ago, David was driving Vanessa and me back from Irene's birthday party, and he actually expressed to us that he wanted to marry Irene. So in my head, I was thinking, yeah, we found a winner, and he lets Irene wears the pants in the relationship. So that's true love right there. In all honesty, though, Irene's heart is in good hands. When we were in Vegas for Irene's bachelorette party, Dave and his friends were also there for his bachelor party, but David could not stay away. He actually dragged his boys in the middle of the night through hotel lobbies to go see his boo. So I know that the love that they share for each other will get them through the ups and downs of marriage. So congratulations, and here's to Irene and David.
Hi, my name's Tony. I'm David's best man. For some people, it's love at first sight. For David, I think it was love at first Irish car bomb. The first time I heard David talk about Irene was in a telephone call about how he was so impressed by a girl that drank just as much alcohol as him. He told me he was amazed at how she not only knew what an Irish car bomb was, but expertly knew how to drop the shot in the cup of Bailey and down it in one gulp. He was like, wow. He really fell head over heels for Irene that day. The second phone call where I remember Dave talked about Irene was how he thought he blew his chance with her. His friends had perfectly set up after a night of drinking to ride back in Irene's car alone together. But unfortunately, David just had just too much to drink that night. I think he was trying to impress her with his drinking skills. On the way back, he rolled down Irene's car window, put his head out the window, and threw up. All over the back of Irene's car. Way to make an impression, Dave. The first time I met Irene was at an A's baseball game. David found out that she liked baseball and got her to go to the game. If you know David, you know that he doesn't really know anything about sports. He asked me to go so that he'd have someone to ask about general A's knowledge to impress her. But of course, things didn't go as planned when Irene walked into the stadium wearing an A's gear. David found out that day Irene was a big A's fan. In a fit of panic, he asked us, his friends, to tell him as much as we could about A's in 1 minute. Of course, being the good friends we were, we filled in with false trivia, like how he could score 10 runs in a Grand Slam. But of course, David didn't give up. Jobs at Stanford, Reno, an apartment, and then a house later, here we are. I've known David since I was 3. It's been a long, long, long road. Irene, you'll have the rest of your life with him. Good luck.
Okay, so what, can you hear me? Okay, okay. I met David, I don't know, how many years ago? 9, 10 years ago, I think, right? David? David? Yeah. So this guy, he comes to a barbecue over at Calvin's place, and then I meet him, and I'm like, oh, hey, he's a nice guy. And then he disappears for 2 years to go to Colorado. Leaves for Colorado. That's when I met Irene in college, and you know, we were all friends together. And he comes back one day and he sees Irene and he's like, oh, I like her. And then it's just, I don't know, they sort of fell in love with each other and they've been together all this time. They have 2 cats, right? Hopefully some kids on the way too. Yeah. But really, I wish to both of you, you know, the best of life. And congratulations. And if everybody could go ahead and toast, thank you. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Vincent too. met David at work in Stanford Hospital about 8 years ago or so. So I was working in Stanford, and I worked at night. So I meet up with David like a couple days a week. I had another job, and like every time I went there, he was like, came up to me and said, "So I'm gonna like move Irene's lab coat like somewhere she's gonna like." And I was like thinking, who's this Irene person? And he's like, well, I kind of like her, and so I'm gonna move her lab coat. And I was like thinking in my head, like, is that kind of elementary school kind of style? But in my mind, I was like, all right, maybe it'll work, whatever. But bottom line is, it seemed to work. So I was like, all right, cool. So he's running pranks and stuff like the whole time. And, bottom line is, I guess, it worked. So cheers to you. And I learned a little bit for my personal, I definitely use a lot more elementary school style in my love life. So cheers, David and Irene. And I hope you guys have a wonderful marriage and party.
Yeah, so my name is Calvin. I've known David since 1988 in 4th grade. Needless to say, my life was pretty bad. But I remember I was coming back from teaching Japan in 2004, and David was talking to me. He was like, "Oh, Calvin, I met this great girl, but I'm not sure what to do." I kind of threw up her card. Maybe she won't like me. I said, "David, if you really want something, you'll know. You'll try hard." So, if you look up the word persistence in the dictionary, there'll be a picture of David Lin. Because he is a testament to what it takes. So, Irene, you did not make it easy for him, right? Sports, and he never picked up a ball in his life. He was asking me about, hey, how do you play basketball? Which side did they go to, But he really put in the effort in. Irene, I know that he'll take really good care of me because, all kidding aside, David and I had some really good times. And, out of everybody that I know, and I believe I yelled at him one time, but David has the most potential out of anybody that I've ever known. So if he puts his mind to something, he'll do it, he'll succeed. And I know with Irene that when I asked him, I said, "David, is this the right girl for you?" And he looked me dead in the eye and said, "That's my girl." So I know he'll take care of you, and he means a lot to you. And when he puts his mind to it, there's nobody in the world that will make it right. So cheers to you both.
We're going to make one big champagne toast over by the cake and do a cake cutting ceremony. I want to thank everybody up here for those wonderful speeches. Thank you. It means a lot to us. So we're going to cut the cake now.
There were a few lines in there about me, so disregard those, please.